What if time doesn't exist? A mere illusion, the solace of fools. What if we waste our lives waiting for the good part instead of living in the now? What are you waiting for? A clock is simply an object containing a false ideology. The only part of time that holds true is that it escapes us. We must seize the now, be present and authentic, live every single moment in a way that will leave you regretless. Live, not with a fear of time, but with the knowledge that it is ever fleeting. Love letters to life. Time is a linear relativity. Dearest Earthling, I wrote that reflection on an old SpongeBob clock about 8 years ago, and I've been reflecting on time recently. These clips here are from the first time I left in the van. I was living and working on a farm, and my friend and I that I met on the farm, we went and drove the Dragon's Tail in North Carolina. And this is all clips from that beautiful, beautiful scenic route. I have a memory of when I was about 6 or so, and I was in my bathtub, and I was talking to myself at the time, like I always do, and I remember shaking the water and saying, see, when I just did that, thousands of seconds had gone by. I had some sort of concept of time as an invaluable, immeasurable thing, something that could not be placed into a circle and worn on the wrist, something that could not be measured, conceptualized, or touched. I now feel that I was close to understanding how valuable every single blink is and every single breath. I believe now that we sometimes tend to take those smaller units of measurement for granted and say, oh, it's only a second, it's only a minute, versus a larger quantity of time that may make us feel like, oh, we can't waste that, that's too important. We've in a sense almost stripped time of its majesty by creating a measurable, safe, and seemingly predictable matter realization of one of the most magical and mysterious phenomena on this plane. I've played with this idea that time doesn't exist and it isn't linear. I still believe this in some way, and I've expanded it to understand that while time is linear, it is also relative. There is the time of the universe, and then there is the time of clocks. Clocks do not come close to understanding time. They are like Instagram photos to your true essence, could never fully portray you in all of your majesty. I've decided that I believe time is a linear relativity in the sense that it continues to progress forward, and we can see the changes of this and the evidence of this in the falling of the leaves. And while the leaves may have fallen in the past and the only evidence is in the present, the leaves didn't fall in the present, they fell in the past. And you can stand in one spot for eons and everything around you would change. Time would literally pass you by. Because time is not a ticking hand. It is the all-encompassing breath of the universe, inhaling and exhaling, ebbing and flowing, expanding and contracting in relation to your perspective. Your perspective, your mind, is the frame of reference of time. It is relative to you and your internal clock, and it is in linear relation to the natural cycles of the universe, in complete devotion, like the trees, the animals, and the plants, to the fact that all things must change, and change is forward motion. Honor your cycles and honor your internal clock. Begin to measure your life more in the time that lives within you, in the time of the earth and the cosmos, and less in the time created to control our majesty. I look forward to sharing more reflections with you next week. Talk to you soon. XO. Love always desires you. Soy.